Everybody good?
Yeah.
Good.
We're good.
Yeah, okay. Welcome. I appreciate you guys coming. We'll just do a quick recap of the Wisconsin game and then talk about Michigan for a few seconds and open up the questions. Just getting back into Wisconsin, talked about it Saturday after game. Just really proud of the effort that our players put forth. There was a lot of improvements that we made, continue to make, coming out of that game after watching it. Still not clean enough and consistent enough to be able to win a game against that type of opponent, but some improvements that we can take from that game and build on as we move forward. It was really kind of a tale of two halves for both sides of the ball. First half, offensively, we struggled. Defensively, I thought we played fairly clean, fairly well after an opening drive for a touchdown. And then flipped at halftime. Offense finally got some things going in the second half. And defensively, we gave up a few big runs there in the second half that hurt us that we've got to get taken care of. But some things good offensively. We didn't turn the ball over again, which is very, very important. We're improving in that area. The quarterback didn't get sacked. They pressured him, hit him a couple times, but we didn't officially give up a sack. We were a little bit better on third down than what we've been, and when we got into the red zone, we finally got a couple touchdowns there on Saturday. Defensively, a couple big interceptions there in the first half by Saquon Hampton. Outstanding plays, much needed plays there in that game. And then I just thought overall, defensively in the first half, we had some huge stops. You know, they blocked the field goal, got some momentum. We stopped them. Some other opportunities there to keep points off the board with their offense. Special teams wise, a little disappointing in what we did in a couple plays. The kick out of bounds to start the game, the blocked field goal had a protection error there. Just weren't as clean as we have been, and that was disappointing, especially blocked field goal. Because we've been pretty solid, pretty clean in that phase of it, and we didn't get it done there. Took 3 points potentially off the board. But I think our kickoff coverage team continued to cover well on our punt, with our net punt out of that game continued to be a strength for us. So I was happy with that. Adam continues to get better and build some confidence. Looking ahead to Michigan, it's a very good football team. Right now they're playing with a lot of confidence, probably playing as good as any team in the country. In the years that I've coached against Michigan, it's probably one of the best teams that they have had, the way they're playing on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge, a great opportunity for us to continue to try to improve against a great opponent here on Saturday. So with that, I'll go ahead and open up for questions.
You used the underdog, the fact that your team's a big underdog going to this, the fact that you can actually play spoiler and maybe be rallying Michigan's national championship.
No, we do, honestly, we just talk about how we can improve. You know, the focus continues to be on us, and there's things that we just have to continue to improve on. We're just, it's where we're at, and that's what we talk about, and that's what we work towards trying to get done.
After the game Blackshear had last week, is there any consideration to making him a full-time slot receiver?
The consideration is putting him in position to get the ball as much as we can, whether that's at running back or that's a slot receiver. That's really ideally what we'd like to be able to do with him. That's why we recruited him, because he's kind of that type of an athlete where he can do both. And as we continue to improve at running back with Isaiah and Jonathan Hillman's back healthy, that might give us an opportunity to do that. But we just need to be able to move him around and get him the ball in a lot of different ways.
Do you look at this game as a chance to kind of assess where you're at? Because I think Ohio State was ranked 4th when you played them back in September, and now this team is ranked 4th in the country as well. Do you put any stock into that? That you're playing this
our focus, yeah, it's about us trying to play cleaner and getting better. That's what it's about. You know, Michigan's a great football team. You know, they've got a lot of great players, and they're playing at a very high level. And right now, our focus is going out and improving the things we need to coming out of the Wisconsin game to get ready for another great team. That's it.
The last time that Michigan was in here, the score was what it was. In hindsight, do you think it's out of line for a head coach to keep scoring the way they did once the game is decided?
I don't think they did anything out of line. You know, our job is to stop somebody, and that's what we got to do. I mean, you guys can go back and reflect and look at what's happened in the past. The last time they were here, it is what it is. You know, nobody did anything out of line. It's our job to play better, and that's what we need to do this Saturday.
Could you see a difference in your team after that bye week, of having that week off to rest and kind of heal up? Was there a little bit difference in the way they came out?
Not necessarily. I mean, we kicked the opening kick out of bounds. That's not how we wanted to start the game. And defensively, we gave them a touchdown in the opening drive. That's not how we want to start the game. Thankfully, we settled down and we ended up playing some pretty good snaps in the first half, but that's not how we want to start the game. It had nothing to do with a bye week or not a bye week. We just didn't start the game the way we needed to.
Just from a numbers perspective, this is a historic, could be a historic Michigan defense. What do you see when you look at it on film? How impressive is Michigan's defense?
Well, it starts, they've got a bunch of good players. They've got guys that have been playing for a while also. So it's a talented group. It's a veteran group. They've been playing together for quite some time. They play fast. They're physical. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They capitalize on offensive mistakes and usually make you pay if you do that. So they're an impressive group to watch.
How big of a difference does Shea Patterson make to that offense maybe from years past? It seems that that's been the missing piece for them in recent seasons, and he's kind of progressed this season.
You know, he's a good player. He brings a different dynamic to their offense with his ability to run. But I think they're improved in a lot of areas, not just the quarterback position. I think Ed Warner's done a nice job with their offensive line. They're playing well on the O-line. They've got great skill players. You know, on the outside, Peoples-Jones is a great receiver. Higdon's a great running back. You know, so when you put all those together, you know, good offensive line, good quarterback play, and good skill players on the outside, you know, you get good results, and that's why they're scoring the points that they've been able to score.
We're like a day away from the anniversary of the birthplace of college football. Do you use that in recruiting? Do you, do recruits care? Is it, is November 6th, 1869? Do you even, is it something that you talk about with recruits and even the players on the team?
Honestly, no. You know, in this day and age, you know, I don't know that the high school student athlete really understands the significance of that, to be honest with you.
What about players? What about players on the team?
You know, it's kind of the same thing. We'll mention it to them. You know, it's kind of cool that we're here, but our focus is on trying to play Michigan right now.
How concerned are you about time of possession? In the last 2 weeks, it's been tilted towards the other team, and I think Michigan's fourth in the country. I mean, do you think that's an issue for your defense, that they're on the field so much, especially in these tight games that have gone the other way the last 2 games?
I'm more concerned about points, about scoring points on offense and about keeping points off the board on defense. Time of possession is great if you're scoring points, and you know, we need to do a better job of holding on to the ball and scoring points on offense, and if that translates to more time of possession, great. Defensively, we need to do a better job of getting off the field on third down. You know, we're on the field for the length of time that we are because we've struggled to get off the field on third down. It all starts with our first and second down ability to stop the run. You know, we go back and I look at our third down, we're in a lot of third and 1 to 5, and those are manageable third downs for an offense. And we have struggled in those situations, and it keeps us on the field longer than what we need to be and we'd want to be. But time of possession, you know, that's important to some people. To me, it's about points.
Final question?
I think you gave the start Wellington Prevalon, a defensive tackle. I mean, how do you think he performed, and is that maybe a change going forward?
I think he played a good game. He did a really good job. You know, he's big. He's got good size. He's got good length, and Wisconsin was big. And I thought it was a good matchup for him. I think he did a great job. And the good thing is there's competition, you know, inside there, and he's creating that because he's getting better. And that's exactly what we need. So, you know, what we'll do this next week will be determined based on how they practice.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Take care.